Hello everybody, I'm back for another video, and I'm really excited actually to bring you this particular video because it was really fun to make, and actually learned some things while making it. So we're going to be doing some forensics on a hotel of all things, and it's called the Ponce de Leon Hotel. It's in St. Augustine, Florida. And we're told it was built in 1888. And it's claimed it was built by this millionaire Henry Flagler, who's also apparently, he was the Standard Oil co-founder along with John D. Rockefeller. And the other interesting thing to keep in mind here is that this is a 540 room hotel. So it is, and it's built in the Spanish Renaissance architecture style. So what caught my attention initially with regards to this hotel, there's a site I like to go to called shoreby.com, and it's a collection of historic photos. And they even have it sorted by cities, so they'll have, you know, all these different historical photos, and you can click on any of these and they'll show you all the photos for that. So this is a good source that you can look at if you're interested in photos. But what caught my attention about this particular hotel is I was going through this archive, and there's a picture from 1897. So when you click on it, it opens up. And the good thing about these images, when you click again, you get a real HD image and it expands. So what caught my attention immediately was you've got these two antennae here. These two poles with the orbs on the top of them. So right away I was curious, and then if you scroll over here, you see another one. I mean, they've converted it into a flagpole. So my interest was piqued, but then as I looked a bit further, I saw these. And this thing. So I mean, I just when I saw this, I knew I had seen this somewhere before, and I couldn't figure it out. And for a good 3 days it bothered me, and finally I matched this. So there's this place called St. Mark's Basilica in Venice, Italy, and let's see if I can do this here. So this is the Ponce de Leon Hotel, and this is St. Mark's Basilica, and as you can see here, very similar things on the top of this most likely machine. And it's got three, I'm going to call these Wi-Fi antennas. I've got some more images here. Here's a close-up. And just for reference here, very similar. And this, I mean, this is in Italy, and this is supposed to be a Spanish-influenced structure. And we have these similarities, and I think there's one more photo. So here's two of the poles again with little orbs at the end of them. But yeah, this one's a little funky, but this one's almost an identical match. So straight away, now I was pretty pleased that I could at least match that up. So I decided, well, you know what, since we matched that, let's look inside. Let's see what we can find on the inside of this place. So there is just a random website I found, and it had various pictures from the inside of the hotel. So I was looking at various rooms, and it's beautiful architecture inside. But what caught my eye as I was scrolling down here is this. This isn't a ballroom. This is a fireplace. And what caught my eye is this right here. There are a lot of blogs that are coming out of Russia, and a lot of good research is coming out of Russia, and they focus on one of the articles that I saw on a blog, which was in Russian. It talked about these fireplaces, how they're not actually wood burning, they're using free energy principles. And one of these blogs is called by a guy named tech_dancer, and I'll leave a link to the blog, and you can use, I'm using Google Translate here. But when you look at buildings that are Renaissance style, a lot of them, what you'll notice is there'll be these two devices and a very shallow fireplace, and usually there's a plate back here. So again, two devices and there's a plate. You can't, oh, here we go, these two devices here, there's a plate back here. Again, two devices, the plate's been taken out of this one. Two devices, that's where the plate would go. Here's a great example, two devices, a plate. Again, two devices, plate. So this isn't, like, this makes no sense to burn wood in. It's too shallow. So what they're pointing out here, here's another example with plate, but it's missing the two items. And this is from the blog. So here's two of the little antennas here. They're speculating that somehow these devices are emitting energy off of and heating this plate, and this plate is in turn radiating the heat. This one, they put a radiator in front of it, but you can see the plates behind it. They took out the two devices, but again, the plate. So I remember reading this blog, but not really kind of, applying it to anything that I've seen. But right here, we have the two devices and the plate. So this is a free energy fireplace. They somehow, I don't understand the technology, but they're able to harness this energy. Somehow it focuses it and this heats up and distributes heat. So I was glad to make that connection. So that was the second thing. Now this third thing is going to seem weird, but it's interesting. So what I wanted to point out, let's read this little bit here about the hotel. The hotel had electric lights, steam heat, nice, all this stuff, okay. All right, this is the part where my ears perked up. Since standards of the day deemed public bathrooms sufficient, the hotel originally had only one private bathroom, and it was in the owner's suite. Almost immediately after opening, it became necessary to add private bathrooms to the hotel rooms. Okay, so among hundreds of first night guests, Mrs. Ulysses S. Grant, a Vanderbilt, a Rockefeller. So these are people with mansions, maids, butlers. Can you see them queuing up at the public bathroom? I mean, this makes no sense. And this stood out to me. Like, this really stood out to me. There were no bathrooms. There's 540, was it 540 rooms, and you're telling me there's one private bathroom, and this is catering to the elite. So as soon as I saw that, I was like, okay, this doesn't make sense. But then in one of Martin's vlogs, he talked about the Palace of Versailles. And apparently in the Palace of Versailles, there was a lack of toilets. There were hardly any toilets at Versailles, and with a court counting several thousand people, it turned out to be more than a little problem. The servants, people would occasionally relieve themselves in corners and courtyards. Visitors, including Horace Walpole, complained about the awful smell that hung over everything. Thanks to the many reports of ambassadors and foreign visitors, the splendid palace became known as one of the filthiest in the world. Not exactly what had been expected. The problem became so acute that Louis XIV put a new rule in place, according to which the hallways were to be cleansed for feces and dirt once a week. Okay, so, where are we at here? Excuse me. Okay, here we have a situation where we have these bathrooms, these buildings, and I left this for last because now that you know, like, there's free energy built into this this hotel, you realize, like, we didn't build this building. It was built by this previous civilization version, pre-cataclysm, and they knew what they were doing. Obviously, they understood free energy. They built this amazing. Place, and yet they forgot to put bathrooms in it. And now we have a similar situation with the Palace of Versailles, an amazing structure where they forgot to put toilets in it. So we have a pattern here, and I think the question now is, I know it seems silly, but the question is probably, are these places being misdescribed to us? Like, they're calling this the Ponce de Leon a hotel, but maybe it wasn't. Even though it had 540 rooms, or it has, maybe it was designed for something else. I don't know what that is at the moment, but right now we're just collecting puzzle pieces, and pretty soon we'll have enough to understand what's going on. But I'm just fascinated that we can make this connection now. And I bet if you look at old buildings that we're told are hotels from the 1800s, I bet you're going to find the same situation. So I guess I will leave it here. But I just want to encourage you guys to, if you guys have your own thoughts about videos, you guys leave a lot of good comments. So there's a lot of great ideas out there. So please, put those videos up, and we'll try and figure out what's going on. So I guess that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Until next time, have a good day.